Hello and welcome this morning to the Magnum mOnDayZ race. This morning, we have a little interesting dual commentary from myself and Jason Flores. How you doing, Jason?
Good morning, Justin. It's a great day to be on the pier.
Yes, it is. And also have on board with us, among with many other people, the race director for today's race, Mr. Greg Magnus.
Right on.
Greg, you want to tell us a little bit about the race, what today's format is, what we should expect?
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. Thanks for that. So today we're doing the figure 8. So it'll be we'll talk about each of the climbs. So my favorite routes. Magnum mOnDayZ starts a little different. We roll for 3.5 miles. 5 points. Get everybody camped up. The juice goes in. We open it up, and it's all about racing. So I just measured it out today. The neutral.
Good morning.
Just before the split, keep going to the flat or go to the reverse KOM. So I think it'll be pretty hot and heavy going up to that first KOM. Good racing today.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Greg.
Quick update from the pen. We've got 72 riders and 3 minutes and 20 seconds before we start here, Justin.
Yeah. So looking at the video stream, it looks like it might be cropped strangely from my angles. Anybody else seeing the video feed looking weird? Maybe not yet. Well, we'll see.
I don't have that.
It's okay.
Right on.
Anybody, let's see if I can play with it here. 2 minutes and 50 seconds till we go live. Just double checking our video feed here. Looks like it might be cropped awkwardly, so give us a second here while we see if we can adjust that. Oh, nope. I think it was just my iPad acting weird. So 2 minutes until the race starts. I'm gonna see if I can share this video out. Give me a second. And minute 45. Wow, 78 people in the group. It's looking to be a good-sized group.
Yeah, this may be our biggest ODZ Magnum mOnDayZ yet.
I would like to hear that. Definitely have noticed a large increase in the number of people on the island here in the last couple weeks, with it becoming big-time winter in North America.
It's mainly because it's so hot in Australia.
Everyone's coming inside to the air conditioning, you think?
Yeah, that's a big factor.
Okay. Are 1 minute away. Get all my ducks in a row. A lot of things you got to juggle to do this here. Doesn't mean I ever juggle them correctly or whatnot, but we are going to give it a shot. Okay. We got 7 people on the live stream here. Always good to know. Okay.
Maybe we need a category F for first timers. No, I'm serious on a ride like this, where if they don't know where they're at, it'll just place them automatically for their next ride.
Okay.
Wouldn't work as well for cat and mouse, but for an open ride like this.
And here we go, Mr. Greg Magnus is getting this out.
All right, here we go. We are underway.
Yes. Oh man, it looks like my video might be a little bit choppy. I clicked away when I was getting stuff figured out, but hopefully that doesn't mess with the live stream too much here.
People never learn. LPF, IF, bring up 4.71.
Well, go ahead and message them in game, Greg. See if we can get the neutral rollout to happen here correctly. I'm gonna click on your.
This neutral's long enough to warm up, right?
Especially if it's all you got.
Let's do this.
Yeah, okay. Come on, let's click on the ride leader here.
Did you actually get in?
I just barely did. Yeah.
This is
I almost was off the back there. Good to go.
size group here. We've got Justin Portificati. Oh, I got a lot of people. My rider list is just scrolling around. In fact, my video is very choppy, but I think if I try to fix that, I'm gonna really mess up the stream.
Group is looking pretty good. Only about a handful of riders, 6 riders off the front right now. We're trying to bring them back and make sure this is a really easy neutral here. All riders, make sure you're behind the beacon today. We've got you on a helicopter view. We've got about 6 riders ahead. So if you are ahead of the beacon, go ahead and slow up and get back with the group here. I don't know if I'm the only one seeing this, but it looks like there's more than one Matt Ross in the rider group today.
Who is the real Matt Ross?
The real Matt Ross?
I see the
Yeah.
all real.
Here we are, heading out into Ocean Boulevard. You can see the packed little helicopter view there.
I think today's going to be a really... go ahead, Justin.
I was going to say, 80 people in group. Wow, this is shaping up to be big. What were you going to say, Jason?
Oh, I was saying today's going to be a really interesting race. I don't think we've done London 8 for this race for a while. It's a pretty long ride, so we'll have to see how things pan out.
Yeah, definitely. I think correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, this is the first time figure 8's been used for Magnum mOnDayZ. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is a decent one. So usually we're doing a few laps and flat or belly. So I like the figure 8 though. It's really exciting.
Yeah. It's a nice route in that it includes, essentially all of the pieces you can easily include in a race in Watopia. Clearly, including the mountain, that's a pretty big significant add in terms of time for most races, and also in terms of climbing, obviously. So that figure 8 course is nice, and it gives you both sides of the original climb in Watopia. You get the tunnel. Nice. So, where is it that approximately that neutral will be ending?
So it's the 3.5 miles, which is going to be just before the split. So if you were to go flat, you go on flat or go straight. So that right here. So that's the jam.
Okay.
Right. As you're saying, we just passed under Jarvis Tree. You know the history behind Jarvis Tree, Justin?
I've been told, although I'm not an original Jarvis native. Why don't you go ahead and tell me, Jason?
Yeah, actually, Jarvis Tree is from the original course that Zwift was built on. It was ungodly short course that the beta riders are riding on. And so as an homage to that, they actually moved it on to Utopia when they did the mountain expansion. And now we have it here.
Very nice. Very nice. They also moved the village.
Yep.
And there's someone with some history to talk about.
That's right. That's Mr. Eric Denning. How you doing this morning, Eric?
I heard they had to move.
David, Leslie, what's up? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I heard they had to move the cobbles one by.
Yeah, that's most likely. Hey, it's a long and tireless job, but somebody had to do it. I mean, what's the distance between the original Jarvis Island and Watopia? I mean, did they have to take a boat?
It's on a map. It's a few hundred miles, probably.
Yeah, they barged it over.
I think Thomas the Train was involved.
Yeah. Something our live streamers will notice, and I'll point up here that we now are showing the names and avatars of people from Discard that are talking. So if you're curious who it is that's chiming in, just go ahead and look up there. And that's who it is. Fun little addition this morning.
So is anyone good at converting miles into kilometers?
I'm at
5.6 kilometers.
There we go.
Yeah, but I want to know when the neutral ends.
Okay, so we got 1K.
1K to go.
Yep, 1K to go. It'll be really interesting to see how things shake out. First time up this climb, Jason. This reverse KOM. They're going to attack first. It's not anything super steep, but it is definitely prolonged. And
Absolutely.
I'd say it definitely favors the lighter guys more so than the punchy climb up the front side, which is much steeper but not quite as long. So
Definitely agree with that. This ends up being around 4 to 5 minutes for most riders, even up to the B category. So you're looking at VO2 max or more, really pushing to keep those wheels in front of you. So you really have to pay attention on this climb.
absolutely. Once again, I apologize. It does look like my frame rate of the game is a bit low this morning. I'm going to go ahead and leave it.
We are. Wait for it. Wait for it. Open. Here we go.
Okay, here we are. Neutral has just been released. Note that the riders that are currently off the front right now will be disqualified in the results. And in fact, we've got Mr. H.G. Becker this morning here from Team X.
Oh boy.
Making a strong push to establish that lead group. He's quite the regular here on Magnum mOnDayZ. Got a good group establishing here in the front. This is pretty typical in most races. You're going to see a big surge right as soon as neutral ends, and then basically once kind of the packs shake out, pace will drop a little bit. But I'm suspecting the pace is going to pick up here. They're going to make a right-hand turn, head towards tanks, and go up the climb. It's going to get spicy pretty quick.
We got M Pickles at 5.
It's already
5.0.
spicy.
Yeah, we've got a B rider on the front here hitting 5.3. M Pickles really going for a break, trying to get a gap right now.
There he is. See see if I can get a decent above shot to see what the packs look like here a little bit. Still pretty good sized group. Seeing 15 or 20 so here in this league.
Looks like 22 here. 3 people trying to catch on, but looks like 22 riders in the front group today. H.G. Becker there on the front. Pickles taking the lead here at 4.1, trying to pull away.
Putting in a little dig again. Becker looks like another attack. I see him going into the orange coming off the front.
Good place for it.
And the gap is definitely open. H.G. Becker going strong. Looks like you got about one rider sticking with him, and they are getting about a 3 to 4 second gap on the field here. He's setting the precedent here, Jason.
Definitely looks like it. I'm jumping back to see what's going on at the chase group here. I'm trying to find them. Pretty spread out going up this hill right now.
Absolutely. We'll probably see a regrouping happen once we crest this climb. Things will group back up together on the descent, I imagine. But
Purificani just launched off of us and just made the bridge across.
He is pegged. He is at 182 BPM right now, catching this group.
He flew by. Yeah.
Purificani saw the move from Becker and does not want that to get away. He's a strong rider for sure. Watch as he makes this bridge.
Am I seeing 2 riders up there? 1 Becker, 1 Massa. Is that right, Justin?
Yep, that's what I'm seeing as well. Got C. Brown and M. Pickles in between them and Purificani.
Pickles puts in the dig here, 6.0 over, trying to catch Brown there. I think they're trying to close this up.
They absolutely are. They do not want a gap to open up.
Let's
like
go,
that.
Rick. Let's work out.
Purificani working to close that gap back down. 4
Got
seconds.
a little bit of help there with Allen. Hopefully they could bring this back. They're only 2 seconds from the chase here.
Yes. It was a nice, steady pullback from Purificani and Allen. I think Becker might pay for that massive attack later on. That was no small attack.
Okay, I think I've got this chase group. We're about 10 seconds behind the group. We've got a group of 11 riders grouping up, including David Leach, Greenberg, Kowalski, and D. Health. It looks like a good group here that can put on a chase.
And as we pass the KOM banner, the watts per kilo is igniting. Right as soon as the catch was made, the attack happens again. Looks like we've whittled down to about 4 to 6 guys in this lead group. A couple of them falling back a little bit with that attack with the KOM banner. We'll see if they get back in or if they this lead group will be down to 4.
Who's this SL Matt Roth back in my group?
Will the real Matt Roth please stand up?
A Canadian.
Matt Ross,
Yeah, this is Stefan.
He's international.
Stefan. Of course it is.
A little running joke amongst the guys. There was a couple guys whose voice sounded like Matt Roth, and so they started playing games to change their name to mix us up. I'm seeing some strange stuff here on the front. I'm not sure if everyone's seen it, but it looked like the lead group was doing some circles here.
This group of 11 is working really well together here, Justin. It's trying to close this gap as much as they can, put some air between them and the group behind them.
Let me click back there a little bit. So we're, let's see who's the leader there. Is that D. Heath, Team Type 1? On the front?
Yep, that's us. There's Stephen Wu there from the Taiwan Zwift group. We've got Top Cat BRT, Peter Groom. Who else we got? We got D Health, yep.
Hey, do you guys can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. I had a problem yesterday with the Discord, so just to be sure. Okay, Matt Roth.
Right, good to go.
And that is one of the newest Matt Roth impersonators, Mr. Stefan Lefebvre himself.
Stefan, Matt says you have to win now if you're going to be his man.
Putting in some work here in our group. He's been leading for a while.
Is that implying that Matt has actually won before?
It doesn't matter what he was, what he did.
Coming from a lawyer.
It's like this chase group is whittling down that breakaway little by little.
I think we're down to under 10 seconds on this chase group. So.
I'm seeing 6 seconds up to the 4-man breakaway. It's a good sized group. They can definitely work together and pull them back in. Imagine things will get quite
same here. Counter doesn't work. Yeah, Cruz, you're right. Counter doesn't work. Not implemented on mine either.
What counter?
At the top.
The
lap counter.
Module.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one lap.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I think we'd get 4.5 miles to go.
Mine's still sitting at 0. Sounds like Cruz as well. Marlon.
And as we are heading here into the S's, looks like that breakaway of 4 is starting to spread things out again. I'm seeing the gap up to 13 seconds again.
Yeah, that's actually really common here in the S's. It's a really tough place for even group rides to stay together. I can imagine during a race.
Definitely a dynamic that makes having an effective group difficult, and you got to be on your toes to stay in the group and not get dropped off the back. Light riders surge ahead on the punchies, and the bigger riders surge on the downhill. Rather interesting dynamic.
Oh no! Seeing Toby zip past us.
Toby needs a network cable. That's a Wi-Fi launch right there.
Seeing some routing issues. I just witnessed D. Heath do about 6 figure-8s on the road before getting launched back into this group. Head back up to our lead group, and it looks like H.G. Becker attacking again, saying, hey guys, this is not just a free ride here up in the front. And M. Pickles attacking over the top through the sprint.
Chase scooters coming over the bridge, over the Sprint KOM. Got one rider trying to make the break on themselves, Top Cat BRT. He's got a strong group of 12 riders behind him though. The gap is 19 seconds right now, 19 seconds to the Chase group.
Now you do see Justin Portificati here in the lead group sporting the Tron bike. There's actually some recent publications putting the Tron bike again atop the fastest bikes in Zwift.
Yeah, it's been months since people have been using that thing. Everyone worked really hard to get it, and it was just dog slow when it first came out. Looks like they made some changes.
Yeah, I think that's a good move on Zwift's part. I mean, the beauty of having a digital asset that you've worked so hard for, and you get that gratification of having the performance out of it. From, I mean, it was no small business to get that Tron bike. That took some significant climbing.
You can say that again.
It took some significant climbing.
How do we know you do that?
All right, and this lead group of 5 is almost a 20-second gap over the Chase group, turning on to Ocean Boulevard now. Again, for those of you just tuning in, this is the Magnum mOnDayZ road race. We are on the Watopia Figure 8 course. Had about 80 riders start the race this morning. 80 plus, I'd say.
85.
85 riders starting the race this morning.
We need to rename it Misery Mondays, though.
Misery Mondays might be a good relabeling. We've got a group of 6 off the front here, 20-second gap. I think that gap is going to hold through to the end, Jason. I don't imagine this getting closed down at this point.
Yeah, guys back here are doing everything they can, really. They are on the limit.
These boys settling into a little bit of a truce. Hey, let's rotate together. Let's keep this gap on those behind us. Let's not take off the gloves just yet.
We've got 7 or 8 of us about 20 seconds behind that Chase as well.
Absolutely. Okay, Jason, you want to go back to that group a little bit?
Yeah, let me head back there. I'll be there.
And then you got Bingham in the gap trying to bridge.
Bingham and N. Scott.
Oh yeah, working with N. Scott.
I thought we were just letting him dangle.
We probably are.
Having a little bit of trouble with my rider list here.
Here we go.
Yeah, Bingham and Scott are pretty much sitting smack dab in the middle of that gap, not going forward or backward.
This is one of those positions, Justin, you really have to choose. Are you going to go back to get the help? Are you going to push forward and you have enough firepower to make it through the gap, right?
Absolutely. Or are you just going to sit there and get the workout? I mean, that's a valid option too, right?
I guess it would be too.
May not be the best for your race tactics, but you know, a lot of these people here in Zwift are training for outdoor races. You know, this is real people on the real bikes sitting in their garages, their basements, wherever, pumping out real watts, sweating for real.
Sweating buckets.
Sweating buckets is right. All to say that again.
Yeah, believe me, I do.
And most of them are training for in real life races. So this is an awesome way to do their winter training. Now, I said that gap wouldn't get closed. It's down to 4 seconds between the breakaway and the chase.
Oh, wow.
I might have to eat my words on that one, Jason.
Oh, looks like it. There's a small group of 8 people, 8 riders here with the real Matt Ross taking onto that group. So really working well together here. We got 8 riders. I'll give you the gap as soon as I got it.
It's a group here with D. Heath, Jay McDonald, Maya. Now it looks like a couple of the guys that might have been leading that charge aren't wearing heart rate monitors, which is a little bit disconcerting. Sometimes we get some riders in here with numbers that definitely affect the dynamics of the race. It might not be exactly the representation of their real world performance, but given the technology we have today, it's just part of the race that we have to deal with. But here we are, we've got a group of 10 to 15 in the lead group again.
It looks like N. Scott attacked Bingham. Now Bingham's stuck by himself in the middle between us.
Yeah, and Scott made the bridge.
Yep, and Scott, and we've got, yeah, looks like one other rider there. Yep, he made the bridge, and Scott's through. Gonna try to sit up and get some rest here. We've got one more rider, Calmer, and Bingham trying to make that gap. It's quite big right now, about 20 seconds or so.
Wait, are you actually up there riding, Jason?
I am not.
All right.
I knew you were impressive. I was about to be blown away.
Oh, don't give me that much credit. I'm riding about 140 beats per minute.
Oh, so am I.
Click back to our right lead. Greg Magnus here.
Looks like we're about to catch Toby. I think.
Yeah, we're about to close that gap to Toby.
5 seconds between you and Toby, that's right.
He had a good thing going, so that he couldn't hold really well.
Oh, he's putting a gap on us here. 6 seconds now.
He must be listening, motivating him. Go, Toby, go.
I don't think he's listening. I don't see his name in the
Yeah, I don't
Discord
see his
list.
name in the channel.
See if I can click back through here to the lead group. We're getting pretty close to the last climb where things will certainly get spicy.
Is the lead group off of Ocean already, Justin?
Yeah, I'm seeing a chase that's coming off the Ocean. They may be pretty close to the climb. I'm trying to click up to them.
There's Freddie on it.
There they are. Halfway up. Here we go. Just
They're halfway
at the
up
steep
already?
section. They're at the steep section of the KOM, making the first right-hand turn.
Oh, this group has gotten big.
A big group.
Got a huge 8.9, 9.0 push by Becker up the front here, chasing Persicati.
And here it goes. Porficati and Becker with Steve Brown right on them. Small gap back to Armasa. And holding strong, 7 watts a kilo still up this climb. HG Becker and Porficati.
These guys are animals.
Definite animals here. Let's go ahead and give them a ride on.
The legs are really coming out. They are 200 meters from the top right now.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see another massive punch right at the KOM, just to string out any gap that's there before they start this descent. They really don't want to get closed in on the descent. They're saying, hey, let's take this gap and go 1 and 2. Well, gentlemen's agreement, go hard and run away.
We got
one second gap on Massa, 1 second gap on Allen.
And then after that, it's way back. Yeah, let me go back there. Stay with
15 seconds, yeah. I'll stay with this front group here. Looks like Massa and Allen. One of them drops an arrow helmet over the top to bridge the gap. And actually is putting a little bit of a gap between them and Porficati and Becker. Here we go. Closing that down now.
Stay with me, Eric.
Okay. Looks like we've got a group of 4 here that'll be coming into the finish together. We'll have yet another set of fireworks after we go through the sprint village. We'll go up a small climb. Just saw your comment there, Justin Laborio, making a reference to Zwift on board from Nathan Garrett and Vision Cycling. They got a cool setup where they can actually switch to each racer's view. We aren't quite that sophisticated here just yet, who knows, but definitely shaping up to be a good race. Yep. Sorry about that. We don't have a Zwift on board.
Looks like Idell takes it over the KOM on this third group here with the chase group with the real Matt Ross, M. Scott, Vitello, Bibcat, and Gray.
Okay. He's asking about audio. So, Denny, what's it feeling like right now?
Well, you can probably hear me breathing. Just trying to stay on Stefan's wheel, aka Matt Ross 2. Just came over the top of the KOM. You got Magnus right on the wheel as well. See if we can.
What's your heart rate right about now? Cresting the
181.
180. Well, appreciate that check-in. We'll let you stop talking so you can recover your heart rate. And Justin says, I should say New Jay says, is your window open? Make sure you got that window open.
Windows open, fans on high. It's reading 56 degrees at the bike.
Nice.
Who has a thermometer on their bike?
Yeah, it's a great question. I bet you he's got his Garmin running.
Garmin.
In fact, side note on why he has his Garmin running.
That's a long story for a lower heart rate.
Oh, I can fill you in.
Do it.
Eric, is absolutely OCD to the max when it comes to power numbers. And there is a slight difference between the way the Garmin records your power numbers versus the way Zwift does. And so Eric goes to the trouble of actually dual recording his Zwift rides on his Garmin. So when he uploads his power number from his Garmin, they'll be as absolutely close to a baseline as what he measures when he goes outside. So he can have an absolute realistic feel between outdoors and indoors. Yes, it is a bit OCD.
And some people say the riding part is hard.
This group of 4 is really working well together up here, Justin. They're putting 4.5 plus, 4.5 plus on every single pull.
Oh, absolutely, and that's their heart rates resting. This is a strong group up here, and it'll be interesting to see who makes the first move as we come into Sprint Village here.
Don't worry, we still have 18 more miles of racing.
That's what mine says.
Oh yeah, mine froze. This is 14.5. Oh, that's weird. Well, this way I have to program and stuff. And everything worked out.
Absolutely.
But pretty amazing before I able to go with it. Love everything Zwift's done so far. Definitely looking forward to improvements and as it grows in the future.
Absolutely, and Zwift is doing an amazing job of giving us such an awesome indoor training experience, and done it very quickly. And so, hats off to Zwift; they're doing an awesome job. It looks like we had a couple people rejoin this lead group before. Jason, I'm seeing 6 again in the lead group.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. I've got Elle and Maya coming back through, 3 seconds back there. Really pushing hard, 6.0 coming back.
And here we go. Last climb of the day. And we've got R. Massa, Jay Purificati, H.G. Becker, and L. Allen hauling up this climb. Small gap back to TS70C Tom and S. Kitsupa, which were the 2 that had bridged up to this group in that down period. But I imagine after this attack that came right after their catch, they won't be getting back in this group. This is all out to the finish here now. L. Allen putting in a massive dig. He says, "Boys, don't let me sneak away. I will take this."
In the case group, we've got Top Cat.
Watts per kilo.
In the case group, we've got Top Cat and BRT pushing over the hill, 9.0 plus. And Pickles saying, I'm having none of that at 7.5 going by. Really trying to stretch this group out. Right now, they're looking at fighting for ninth place.
Eric, 7. Try to close this.
Wow.
Eric, be sitting draft to the sprint.
L. Allen
Sounds good.
opens up a gap to H.G. Becker. He's sitting 5 seconds off the front. Can he hold it? That was a massive attack, doing about 15 seconds at 1,000 watts through the Essies, coming into about 400 meters to go. That was impressive.
And he is still pushing out the front. Look at that.
H.G. Becker about 5 seconds back. Looks like L. Allen's going to take this one with H.G. Becker coming in second. And we may have a heads-up sprint between R. Masta and Jay Portificati for the rounding off of the podium.
All right, we're coming in hot.
Here comes Portificati with his sprint over Massa. Here we go. Did he get a gap? It sure looks like it. Nicely timed to snatch the last podium spot.
Step and stay up there to help Eric.
Okay, Chase Group's on its way. Pickles and D House coming in.
I see that. D Heath and M Pickles. About to see a heads up sprint. They're about 300 meters out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Steve Brown coming by at 8.9.
Oh, wow.
Didn't even see him coming. D House. Go.
Guacamole. Virtual powers of new Zwift Arrow.
McDonald, Pickles, even Lou. Perfect
There
Howdy.
you
Hot
go.
shot. Nice.
Watch these guys come into the finish here. Nicely done. E. Greenberg coming in behind Stephen Wu. Oh, come on. Give me more riders in the list. He's about to cross the finish line. It'll be really difficult to find them after he does. Oh, come on.
I'm right there with you, man.
It's not giving me anyone past Greenberg.
Yeah.
I know there's people still on course. Okay, C. DeGrom.
I just got to the last.
There we go. Okay, here we go. There's a big gap. D. Leach. Followed by, got about a 10-second gap on J. I'm going to butcher that. Buchelado. Followed by A. Liddell and Scott. And Scott attacking over the top of and Liddell with the reel. Matt Roth on his tail. And Scott looks like. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I'm just jumping back. Go ahead. Finish it.
And here's another heads up group sprint here.
200 meters off the front. He's got a little bit of a gap. Eric Denning.
Eric Denning pushing hard.
Here we go.
Can you get it?
Avon at the line.
All right. Next group up, we've got G. Magnus, our race director, coming through here. Nicely done, Greg.
Thank you.
And we'll wait to see. That was an exciting race, and I tell you what, that attack there at the end from the lead group, that definitely strung things out and did not let it come down to a sprint.
The module has got a major problem.
Yeah.
Most people did not show finishing.
Yeah. Well, we've got a recording, so we got that to fall back to. And let's see. I think we've got some more people finishing here. B. Macaulay from BRT. The nice sprint.
That's it.
Chris Woodmeyer came in ahead of him. M. Johansson stopped right before the finish line.
Whoa, that was a hell of a sprint at the end. Oh, way to go, Stefan.
Nice work, Stefan.
That was awesome.
And C.
I mean Matt Roth.
I think I was.
Maybe
See,
Philpott.
quarter wheels ahead.
That was so tight. Hey, good job, guys. Thank you. This is awesome. Good job, Stefan.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for the poll there, and then for dropping me. Powerhouse.
I was just glad we could close that group in front for you guys.
Yeah, I didn't really notice until right there at the end that so many of those guys had fallen off that front A group.
Yeah, I guess. I tried this sprint where one was sprint and I dropped you guys. And I had to come back and we all stayed together and got up there.
Well, you're too strong.
No.
Looking like my rider list is now finally showing everyone. I'm having a hard time finding anyone else out on course. I think it's about a good time to sign off. Any final words, Jason?
No, we had a couple riders coming through, but man, it was a great race. It was a long race, but it was definitely a good race.
Absolutely. And thanks to everyone for coming. We enjoy providing this to you. Hopefully you enjoy watching. So we'll see you on the island, and ride on, boys and girls.
Later.